Hey guys, it's Steph from Hot and Moving, and it's the end of an era for illegal streaming for sports and entertainment, right? Um, I mean, Stream East is shut down. Okay, I guess some guys in Egypt were running it, and an agency, the Alliance of Creativity and Entertainment, said it worked with Egyptian law enforcement officials to disrupt the service. August 24th. ACE is an anti-piracy coalition comprised of multimedia organizations, including Amazon, Netflix, and among other companies. And that last line is important, but the two big ones, Amazon, Netflix. Okay, they're gonna have the pull to shut it down. Okay, Streameast is saying reportedly generated 1.6 billion visits over the past year. For the athletic service to offer legal stream Premier League, Champions League games, as well as NFL, MLB contests. For me, Streameast was one of the best sites, if not the best sites, for streaming sports content. Games, fights. I never really use it for games. You know what I'm saying? I've used it to catch MMA fights and stuff like that, right? Boxing matches and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think people don't be paying these crazy prices for these marquee events. I know people use it to catch games, especially for teams and not in the region. Being a Steelers fan, I'm lucky that a lot of our games get televised anyway. And if I really do want to catch a game, I mean, there's plenty of sports bars that have multiple TV screens, stuff like that. But I really don't like watching sports games in bars and stuff like that. Honestly, I prefer to watch them in the comfort of my own home. And then, being a content creator, do my own commentary on it right after. I think that I find it, I don't find it funny, but also, you're reading some of the commentary out on this is people thinking that, this is very funny that it's happened right before, the NFL, kicks off its season tomorrow. The Cowboys and Eagles, a big NFC East game taking place in Philly, a big East Coast market. Dallas Cowboys, a big brand. Eagles just win the championship. So, I better go ahead and get the clamps down on it, and, we know that Amazon, has deals with, with fights. I think they have they got NFL games. They're gonna be having NBA games. Okay. Netflix, boxing matches now. They're getting, last year the NFL Christmas games. Okay. And they want to clamp down on all this. Okay. I think that when sports started getting into more streaming, especially when YouTube TV came into the game, not YouTube, YouTube TV and, Sling and all these other, streaming, digital stream type of platforms and Hulu TV and stuff like that. Hulu, we got live sports. I don't know if they're still doing the thing anymore, but it made it easier for companies to stream better quality, illegal streaming sites to get better streams, right? Boxing matches that are streamed and no longer through cable provider. It made it easy to get these. It made it a lot easy to get these a high quality stream on these sites illegally, and now that there's just more money involved, more ad revenue, more eyeballs, they want to cut that viewership down and get money off of it. Right now, Streameast was making money; they had ads and all that stuff, so they want to cut that out and they want to get their money back. Now, obviously, how these guys were running it made it hard for them to catch. But at some point, all good things is going to come to an end. For me, do I, also too, Premier League matches, because, live in the States, you know what I'm saying? You got to catch a lot of the good Premier matches, but sometimes those get put on NBC and USA, I think, for the top games too as well. So I didn't really use it that much. I didn't really miss out except for the major marquee events. You know what I'm saying? Even NFL games that I wanted to see, I didn't really need to. You know what I'm saying? Usually the bigger games are going to be on TV anyway, through paid subscription of YouTube TV or any type of streaming service you use to catch these sports. So I was fine with it. But for everybody else who doesn't have the money to pay for these streaming services and stuff like that, yeah, it's a big hit to them. Now, my theory on all this is that going forward for streaming, I don't think it's an end, right? I think that it's a hit to the illegal streaming services era, but I think that, or at least for now, but with the advent of AI and everything, man, I feel like there's going to be another one that comes up, and that's going to be bigger and better than Streameast. When that will come, we don't know. Is there one out there already that I'm aware of? Maybe. I'm sure there's other streaming sites that are not as big as Streameast that haven't got caught yet. So the people who really want to find games, there's people who really want to make money doing these little streams are going to have their services, and also the people who really want to find a platform, they're going to find it. Now, it may not be as big branded, but they're going to find it, right? And will we have another one as big as Streameast? Maybe, right? I mean, with the advent of AI and stuff like that, and better tech to circumvent, the authorities / companies, I think that's gonna happen. But for now, big hit to the guys who plan on using this for the upcoming sports season to track your sports betting. You want to watch the games. You don't want to pay for cable and streaming services and stuff like that. But it shows that they're not playing around. This is where we're at. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised Streameast lasted as long as it did. It was one of the better platforms, of course, and considering the quality. You got to click a couple ads out here and there, but for the most part, it was. I'll give it about an 8 out of 10 in terms of what the value and quality it provided. But these companies want to make they want to now put a clamp on it. They want those eyeballs only funneled to their platform based on how they've been distributing content digitally. Okay, and they don't want any more competition and money going out their pockets. But I don't think this is the end of the era. It is a big hit for sure. It sucks for the guys that we're looking forward to using these type of services, and you're just gonna have to find your own other means to get that type of content for these sports. But there will be a bigger one down the road, I think, and it might be harder to stop, right? Or unless that this new task force is now solely going to be exclusively just to protect these big companies and their product, shut it down left and right. You know what I'm saying? So it may be a while before we have another Streameast, if we ever will have one, but that doesn't mean that stream this content being out there illegally for free is going to stop. You're just gonna have to search harder than normal. Anyways, guys, leave me your thoughts about all this, man. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. I'm out.